Yo, welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Envy. Really quick, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who comments on my videos, who likes my videos, who watches my videos. You guys are truly amazing, man. I am really blessed to have anyone even watch my videos and for you guys to comment on them. And then on top of that, you guys, even when you guys see me out in public, man, you guys show your love. You guys tell me that you watch my videos, how much you love my videos, man. Honestly, it is really a blessing. And all right, you guys, but let's get into this video really quick, man. I got a comment by Toby Salas saying to do a video about fishing etiquette, right? The tough thing about Etiquette is it is open to the public, and there's just rules, unwritten rules that people who've been doing it for a while, they already know. I mean, there's things that should be common sense, like if someone has their line there, don't throw their line. Like, I'm a bass fisherman, so Etiquette is really known for catfishing. You'll have a lot of cat fishermen and a lot of trout fishermen, which means you just throw your line out and you leave it there for the most part. In trout, I know you can just reel it in, but for the most part, people just use power bait. They throw it out there and they leave it. And me as a bass fisherman, I try to really fish around them. 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna lie to you, unless they're in a really good spot and I know, like, dang, I know there's fish like right there, or if I see one and I know that I can catch him, I'll ask. But 9 times out of 10, I'm walking around you. Like, I'm giving you at least 10 feet and I'm casting either straight, so where it's nowhere like around you, or away from you. Like, if your line's right here, I'm casting this way, so this way my line's never around you, or like that. Like, if you think that I'm gonna spook the fish, which I might, like my baits, I don't use heavy baits like that a lot of times. And if I definitely am using a heavy bait, I'm not gonna, like a crank bait or something like that, again, I'm probably not gonna fish around you. Like, I'm just gonna walk around you, even if you are at a good spot, unless I'm using like my cream lure, which most of you all know I use a lot. Cream lure doesn't make a lot of noise. Cream lure isn't really disturbing the water when it hits. So if I'm using the cream lure, I'll still respect you, but that's the only time that chances are I'm gonna ask you, hey, is it cool if I fish around you? But even knowing that, even if you say, yeah, I know that I don't want to mess up your fishing, I don't think certain people have that, and I don't think certain people care. Like, they're just there to go fish, and it is what it is. Like, he was talking about that some guy got really mad because he let go of the fish, and he was saying that it was gonna die. Unless you gut hook a fish, guys, if you lip a fish and the catfish especially can stay out of the water for catfish and carp way longer than bass. Unless you gut hook them, that's the only way where I would say let somebody take them home. Like, even if you gut hook them and you see that they're not, I would probably walk around the lake and ask people if they want the fish. Like, you people that are especially like catfishing, if they want the fish. That's the only time I've ever offered a fish, is I accidentally gut hooked a fish and I wasn't going to keep a fish. I don't keep a fish. So if I'll walk around, and chances are somebody's going to take your fish, like if you ask them. But other than that, I mean, and then there's size limits. 14 inches for bass. I'm not sure for catfish. I think you can take any catfish home, I think. And trout, it's any limit for sure. Like, you can take any size trout home. Me, I'm a bass fisherman, and if you watch Muddy River Catfishing, you're gonna see that he commented on one of my videos. Yo, man, huge shout out to Muddy River Catfishing, man. Appreciate you commenting on my videos. That, because I said if it was a catfish, I would have let him go. I would have let him have it. It was on one of my videos. I mean, he's cool. He's a really cool guy, man. When I first started fishing, he had a spot, and on one of his videos, man, I even commented and I asked him where that spot was. He didn't respond. Like, he ignored the question. At that point, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little salty, but not until I started making YouTube videos did I understand why he wouldn't want to share that spot. And as a matter of fact, he has a video on it, which, like I said, I'm gonna put down in the description where you guys can watch it. I strongly recommend you guys go watch that video. And if you guys haven't already subscribed to his channel, I mean, if you guys love catfishing, man, that's the guy to watch. If you guys love catfish, you probably already subscribed to him. But this is prior to me having my YouTube channel, so he didn't comment back, and I was a little salty. I was thinking, man, that's pretty messed up. But not until having my YouTube channel did I realize that once you start giving all that information out, like, everyone who goes, and he doesn't know me. He doesn't know if I was going to go take the fish. He doesn't know if I was going to go trash the place. He doesn't know my fishing etiquette. Like, he doesn't know if I respect his spot. And then I put it on blast. Like, I tell everybody. Yeah, that hit me too. Like, I would release anything, guys. Like, if I caught a catfish, I would let a catfish go if I caught a bass. I kind of feel bass is more for a sport, but I get what Muddy River Catfishing is saying. Like, if everybody took all the catfish home, which usually everybody does, there's not going to be nothing left. I mean, Escarate is constantly restocked. I wish Escarate was more of a private lake. Yeah, I know El Paso doesn't own it, guys. The Texas doesn't own it, all right? Texas doesn't own Escarate Lake. It's owned by the county. It's like really confusing, but there's certain things that Texas can't do to help preserve our lake. Like, it has, since it's owned by the county has to approve it. Like, the county has to do it. The county has to come up with money. El Paso has to come up with all the money, which is really weird, man. But it is what it is. Escarate is a private lake. It's owned by the county. So, but you can, game warden will go out there because it's still owned part of Texas. I don't know. It's really confusing, people. But I ran into this gentleman, right? And he keeps telling me that every time I see him, he tells me, man, let the bass go. He's not telling me to let the bass go. He's telling me, like, to tell people to let the bass go, right? Here's the funny thing about that. He says, let them go, let them grow. That's his comment. He knows who it is. I'm not going to put him on blast. I'm just going to tell you, he always tells me that, right? Here's the funny thing that guy doesn't understand, because I've seen him take a bass home. He took home, it was before the fish die off, he took home about a 4-pounder. Everybody at the lake was telling him, throw it back, throw it. Like, they did even a little chant. I thought it was funny. And he didn't. His logic is, let him go, let him grow. Like the 14, like the 7 inches, 14 is legal, but let him grow a little bit bigger than that, right? Here's what he doesn't understand, or he really doesn't care. But I believe everything under 18 inches, take it home. Go ahead, take it home. I believe Escarate has it reversed. Everything under 18 inches, take it out of the lake. You guys fish it, take it out of the lake, cook them, fry them, all the bass, everything under 18 inches. Everything over 18 inches, you leave in the lake. And I guarantee you, we will see a lot bigger fish, because what he's saying is let them grow, let them grow about 20 inches, over 18 inches, and then take them home. Here's the thing is, you guys are going to stunt all the fish. The fact that we keep leaving little fish, you're never going to find a trophy bass home. You're never going to find a trophy bass at Escarate. Never. You're never going to say, oh yeah, I caught an 8-pounder at Escarate. And it's only because of that. It's not because even if we somehow got the state to give us fish, 8-pounders, like big old bass, if you're taking them home and it's legal to take home, as it is, if it wasn't legal, it would be hard to maintain. If it was illegal to take 18 and over bass, it's hard to maintain because game wardens and everybody would have to always be constantly watching and monitoring it. But the fact that you make it legal to take anything over 14 inches, we're never going to be a bass. It's never going to be a place where you can catch trophy bass. That's the ugly truth. The only way the bass are going to grow that big is if they don't get caught. That's the only way that bass are going to get that big. That's just the ugly truth, people. It's not going to happen. Like, unless you have people that really, it becomes a private lake where you give them like the rules of it. Because there's no rules. It's just unwritten rules. Like, people that fish for a while, you pick up little things like that. Like, yo, you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. Most people, they don't care. They just go catch a fish, take it home. And like I said, I'm not knocking people that take fish home. To each their own. You want to take fish home, take fish. And especially like the trout. Because the trout aren't, from what I understand, trout aren't going to survive year round because El Paso gets too hot in the summer. And they're more of a winter fish. But like I said, hey, Muddy River Catfishing, don't get mad at me. But they stock it a lot for that. And they do have, breeders, big catfish breeders. I don't know if you guys seen it lately, man. They have a huge catfish. Guys, those are breeders. The same thing for bass, people. It's the same thing. That guy, the same guy that told me about the bass, let them go, let them grow, is the same guy that was getting mad because people were taking the breeders home. Like the huge catfish. They're breeders. So their genes, their genetics, people, it's not just if you catch any dink, you can make it into a 10-pound bass. That's not how it works. They have to have the genetics. Everything has to go right for you to get that big of a bass. And it's not going to happen if you're just taking them home. Like, you have to have good genes to get that big. Just like humans, genetics play a big role. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with bass. It's the same thing with catfish. And I agree with him 100%. let the big ones go. Like, let the breeders go. The bass, let them go. It takes a lot for them to get that big. Nature will take its course. Like, it'll have a lot of fish get eaten for that reason. But then humans come in it, and they, man, we have a tendency, let's be real, people, we have a tendency to freaking jacking things up. But so anything that'll help preserve that lake, anything that'll help that lake grow, yo, I'm all for it, man. Even if there's fundraising, but like I said, it's not gonna matter with the rules that are set in place. Ascarate would have to make the lake private, like completely private, where I'm not even gonna lie, I've mentioned this to Aqua Bueno, I mentioned this to Chuco Fishing. If they made Ascarate private, where you had to pay $2-5 every day, every time that you went there, I would be for it. If there was 6, 7, 8+ pound bass in there, and I knew that you couldn't take them, even if they did it in the small pond. That's how much, if you did it and you got a biologist, just manage the small pond. I think it's a little too small because you can't have that many big fish. Again, that's why you have to have a bass. That's why you have to have a biologist out there just to manage the pond. You have to have somebody who specializes in managing ponds go manage Ascarate's pond. And it takes, I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot of money. And if that's what it came down to, that if you're gonna fish, you had to pay, and yeah, they had to give you a stamp or something that you're actually there to fish, not to walk it, not to run it, not to play golf. But if you're there to fish, you have to have like a tag or something for that day. And I would do it. Honestly, I would pay that much money if I knew that it would make amazing content. I'm not gonna lie, and even it would make an amazing time. Like, I know a lot of people aren't gonna say that, oh, in the hell no, I'm not gonna pay that much money. Like, that's what the fishing licenses are for. But a lot of people don't pay for the fishing license. And again, your fishing license has nothing to do with Ascarate. That's what the ugly truth is. Your fishing license, what preserves all the ponds, because there's like rules that come with it. When you do buy a fishing license, the state of Texas has to like help your ponds or something like that. We don't get it because we're private. We're private in a sense where like that state can't really help us, but we're not private. From what I understand, what little I understand, we're not private like where game warning can go out there, because game warnings do go out there because they're still part of the state. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That's what little bit I know, what people have just told me. If it's never going to be CPR, it's never going to grow. And especially even if it was a take, you can take whatever, any fish that you want. If you took the little ones, if you did it opposite, Ascarate, listen, if you did it opposite, the Ascarate, the bass would grow huge. You would have a bunch of 8-pounders just swimming around and they're not threatened. Like, because even if you caught it, it's still going to be there. Like, you can still put it back. And the little ones aren't going to take all the food. That's why you can't have little ones in there, because the little ones are going to eat all the big ones' food. For a bass to grow 10 pounds, it has to eat every single day. How is it going to eat every single day if there's no fish there? There's no food there. And people go there, they fish for bluegill. People take all the fish, like all the food that a bass would need to grow that big. People fish them and they use them for catfish. And again, I'm not knocking anybody. Like, cool, you do it. But I'm just telling you, that's what's stopping the bass fishing from growing. That's why it's never going to be an 8+ pond, like a 6+ pond. From what I heard a long time ago, somebody caught a 6-pounder, 7-pounder, something like that, man. I ain't never seen it. I'm not going to lie to you guys, so I'm not going to spread that rumor. I've never seen anybody catch a 5+ pound. That guy that I told you that he took that fish home, it was like a 4.5. That fish, he was holding it and the tail was dragging. That fish was huge. Everybody, and the people that were telling him were catfishermen. So I'm telling you, if he would have threw that back, he's the same guy. So every time he tells me that, I'm thinking, bro, you're part of the problem. Like, honestly, if what you're honestly saying is true, you're part of the problem. Because exactly the same way you feel about catfish is the exact same way I feel about bass fishing. The big ones it's extremely difficult for the big ones to get that big, and you just took one out. You just took a prize fish home. Like, that's the honest to God truth. But he was in his right, like I said, because that's the rules. So people can just tell him, hey, throw it back. But in all honesty, he's in all his rights to take it home. And he did. So, I mean, it's stupid, man. It sucks because yeah, okay, all people are taking the little dinks home and that's illegal. People have asked me like what's the limit, and I tell them like it's 14 inches, and I'll tell them like straight out, and I've told guys straight out like that's not 14 inches. Do with it what you want. Take it home, whatever. I'm just telling you that's the law, like the rules. I've told people that, and yo, I'm not there to fight. I'm not the law. I'm not the sheriff. So
listen now, Mr. Law Dog. Law don't go around here.
I'm not game warning. So yo, that guy does whatever he wants. I can only tell you that the rules, and if you follow him, yo, you follow him. If you don't, you don't. Like, I'm not gonna call game warning on them unless it's like something really crazy. But like again, I would only call game warning if it was flipped around. If I saw somebody taking a trophy bass home, if I saw somebody taking an 8-pounder home and it's illegal to take an 8-pounder home, I would call game warning. But aside from that, like, and it's legal to take an 8-pounder home, it's never gonna happen. But not definitely not unless somebody brought it from Elephant Butte or something. But yeah, and again, that's even illegal. You can't transport from fish to another pond. That's illegal, guys. In case you were thinking about, hey, yeah, let's do that. Why don't you do that? Envy fishing, it's illegal. You can't do that. But for diseases and all that. But so, or unless you guys know somebody, yo, drop a comment. Let me know if you guys know anything, any other better way to help Escarate grow. That's the only way I know how to help it grow. Yo, Toby, hope this answered your question, man. Hope this helped you out. Not really, I guess, huh? Because damn. But man, you all smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, man. Again, thank you guys so much for always commenting, for showing me some love, especially out in public, man. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all. God bless. Till the next. Peace.